Ever wondered how a tech giant outsmarts government regulators? Apple just pulled off a masterclass in malicious compliance with the EU's Digital Markets Act. In the next few minutes, I'll break down the ingenious ways Apple turned potential defeat into a golden opportunity. Miss this and you'll be left in the dark about how your favorite apps might change or might disappear entirely. I'm Evan Goldstein. I'm a licensed professional engineer and a data scientist, and I'm making AI Capitalist to help leaders and thinkers like you strategize. Today, we're going to be peeling back the layers of Apple's crafty response to the EU's Digital Markets Act. Apple's been running its App Store like Fort Knox for years. They control everything from app distribution to financial transactions, and they're raking in a 30% commission on sales. It's been their golden goose, their secret sauce. Then the EU comes along with their Digital Markets Act, the DMA, waving it around like some kind of digital revolution flag. They're all, hey, big tech, time to play nice and share your toys. They passed this back in 2022, thinking they were going to be the heroes who saved the little guys from the big bad tech giants. When the EU designated Apple as a gatekeeper last September, you could practically hear the collective groan from Cupertino. They had to make the App Store, Safari browser, and iOS comply with these new rules. It's like telling a lion to go vegan. It's just not in their nature. But Apple had a trick up its sleeve. They pulled off some next-level legal gymnastics that would make even the wiliest lawyers' heads spin. They said, okay, EU, you want compliance? We'll give you compliance. Apple technically complied with the DMA requirements. They're allowing sideloading in alternative app stores. They set up a system of fees and conditions that make these alternative about as appealing as a cracked screen on your iPhone. These conditions include an approval process that Apple controls. Also, end users have to give explicit permission to a third-party marketplace to download apps to their device. Apple is requiring that all apps, even those distributed through third-party marketplaces, must be notarized by Apple. Apple applied a single version rule where developers are only allowed to distribute a single version of their app across different app stores. So if you're looking for a popular app, you're going to go to your app store and not find it, and then you're going to stop looking. The idea is to put anyone who wants to actually use these EU-mandated alternate app stores out of business. For popular apps, Apple's introducing a new fee of 50 euro cents, about 54 United States cents, per annual app install after 1 million annual installs in the EU. And if developers choose to use alternative payment systems for apps distributed through the App Store, they're going to pay a 17% commission on all downloaded digital goods. And just for the hell of it, Apple's adding a 3% processing fee for developers who choose to use Apple's payment processing system. Now ask yourself, does that sound open? This whole situation is a textbook example of what happens when politicians try to control a process that they don't understand. They see something that's working pretty well and they think, hey, let's mess with this. And boom, suddenly everyone's unhappy. The question really is, what was the point of this legislation in the first place? Apple's built an ecosystem that they fully control. When you buy an iPhone, that's the decision point where you make your market decision. Don't like it? Buy an Android and step into the Google ecosystem. Or just buy a flip phone and stay in the 1990s. My take, this whole situation is a perfect storm of good intentions, corporate maneuvering, and the law of unintended consequences. The EU wanted to level the playing field, but they might have just made it more complicated for everyone involved.